All right, Nathan. What are we doing today?
Am I starting this one, am I?
Yep.
All right. So, we've come into the shed saying, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. But realistically, we're probably going to get 1 or 2 things done. So the plan is, we have our converter back. Oh, the backing plate was changed. So now, it's going to go back in here. So then this can go back into the car. Next, we have a new transcooler with a fan on it. It's a bit big, because I was too lazy to take the inches measurement and convert it to millimeters and measure it on the car. So we might be putting it at the back of the front of the car.
Back of the front of the car?
At the front of the car again, in front of the rad, but try and keep the fan on it. And we are going a lot larger lines, so instead of that small steel line.
We're going -8 lines now.
And then when that is back in, means everything is sitting correctly, the exhaust can be bolted back up, the tail shaft can go back in, and we can fit a tail shaft loop. Ooh.
Yeah.
So, tail shaft loop as well, that's the goal that I'd like to get done, but we've said a lot more.
I'd like to get the radiator in today as well too.
What we also can do is put our beautiful radiator in and possibly look at plumbing 3-inch intercooler piping. We're now upping the intercooler piping to 3-inch.
This day is getting bigger and bigger.
As we've been advised. So yeah, we think we can have the auto in, tail shaft in and stuff by lunchtime. Easy, easy.
I like your confidence.
So that's the goal for today. Will it get done though? You have to wait and see.
So while we had the gearbox out, we thought we were going to be smart and we're going to figure out like the lot. We're going basically from the steel hard lines that come out of these 2 ports here to the original cooler, and we're changing them over to AN lines. We thought, oh, we'll be smart. We'll make all the fittings up and do it now while we're here. And we kind of were. So this is what we had originally in the gearbox. These fittings here, they go to the hard line. So we got some Raceworks fittings and we're like, oh yeah, we screw in, they fit perfectly. The only trouble was, there's a reason why this is tapered, because the fitting hits this part of the gearbox right here. So we can't screw that in, which means we're gonna have to try and figure out a different solution, so that's gonna have to wait again. We're thinking maybe we can just reuse these and then put a fitting into that. Just gotta find an adapter to do so. But that can wait till once it's in, because we need to get this gearbox in because it's holding everything up. So we're gonna get this in. This has to happen today.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Do you want to seat the converter?
Are you nervous about doing it yet?
You're doing it.
Why am I doing it?
Because you took the measurements, which I'm pretty sure is 19 and 5.
It's still written up there.
Yeah, these are just on the board, so I'm assuming, it's a big assumption.
You think that anyone would actually write like what they'd actually fall on the board? We just put a random 19 and 5. All right, I guess this is me then, huh?
Yeah.
So we're putting this stuff in, but we're going to flush that anyway because we are going to get this auto serviced, just because we probably should before Drag Challenge. We're trying to be smart here. I've never done a converter before, so this is a first for me. Oh, that's greasy. What's the bet that I spill it everywhere? Because it's not going to get a funnel.
Why is it not red?
It says auto trans fluid. We probably should have measured the bolt holes before we filled this too, to make sure that it is correct.
I have faith. We know. Should there be a third pot?
That was the third, I think.
Oh, alright, let's measure it up then.
No, it's still way too far out, surely. Yes.
Okay, needs more.
Oh! That feels pretty good. Oh, I reckon,
Ooh, I reckon that's on it.
What do we got? 5 mil.
5 and 19.
5. 19 mil. That's it.
Well done, man. You seated the converter.
I know. I still like manuals better. Alright, well let's put it back on that.
And put it in the car.
And slap it in, I guess.
Yeah.
Wasn't ready for that.
He wasn't ready. I forgot to put grease on the end now. I got too excited because I got a converter in. So we fit our first whoa whoa whoa, as Nathan says.
This bracket here, it doesn't get used because there's a bracket right there.
Yeah, we didn't, it's not used anymore, so we're just going to cut it off rather than pulling the exhaust up.
Doesn't want to come off easy, does it?
It's like it's never there.
Now we can go up safely.
Oh, I'm on. What about you?
Oh wait, I'm way out. I gotta come down on my side.
I'm on. Oh, no, you just made my side come out. Bastard. Push forward. There you go. That's it. That's it. Done. Converter to flywheel dry plate, 16 Newton meters.
Yep.
Yep. Look at that professionalism.
I need a hammer. Oh, jeez, that's brutal.
So we're going to chuck the tail shaft in just so we can mock up the tail shaft loop, and Nathan can see how difficult that's going to be, and then we'll probably give up on that today.
How did you know? God, there's not much room between the floor. I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this. I can go like that. It's bloody. Then we've got to weld a plate to the floor, and then the carpet catches on fire, and you know what? That's another day's job.
Let's get everything else together first, eh?
Yeah, I think so. What are you going to do next?
The front cover's in on the flywheel. So I'm just going to start plugging the wiring back in, and I'll probably put the shafter cable back in. Do you want to put in the exhaust?
Yeah, I can do
the exhaust gasket.
Yep.
Yeah. The bolts have gone in nicely, and hopefully our shifter bracket still works. It seems to be lined up, it just needs to go on.
We maybe want to bring it down and put it in park.
Yeah. No, it's lined up. Looks like it's lined up.
If you need to get a hammer to put it on.
No, it's just because my tolerances are so close. I'm so good at machining stuff when it comes to using a file and a drill. That it just fits perfectly, that's all.
If your head gets too big, you're not going to be able to get under this.
Do you remember how long it took me to file that?
Yeah, I do.
It was like,
and you were just like, I'll file it, it's alright, I'll file it.
with a square file. Back in. Now we can do the exhaust. Slowly getting there. I'm looking forward to getting back to the top of the car.
I'm looking forward to getting back to the top too, so all we've got left is the exhaust now. So.
Yep. Oh yeah, get that goop. Gotta love that goop. I think that's everything underneath the car, which means now we can go down with it. And what we think we might do now is look at the radiator, see how that looks, and then see if we can figure out how we're going to mount the transcooler in front of the radiator. It looks like there might be enough room, but with a fan on it as well, it's pretty tight in there. So we will see, which means we'll probably put the radiator back in and probably have to pull it back out to weld some brackets in, but that's what this is all about at the minute. 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Hey, we're back on the ground. So what's happening now, Nathan?
We are going to sit the radiator in, see if our thermofans have clearance between the engine now that the trans is in.
The engine is sitting where it should be.
The engine is sitting where it should be. It's not on an angle or anything. Got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Oh Jesus.
Oh boy. Oh no. I think it's gonna hit a pulley. No, it hits the pulley. Yeah, this side hits as well. Alright, so what have we found out?
We need smaller fans.
So what's happening is, we thought this might be the case, right down there. It's contacting with the engine. We had a feeling this might happen because they're huge fans. They are monster fans. They're Maridines. You can see how close that is to the pulley there. It's just contacting, so we're gonna have to change them. So our backup plan is to basically replace them with spell fans, which are a lot narrower. We thought about maybe we could shift the radiator a little bit forward, but there's just not enough room to actually get that reliably.
That works mid. Don't even have to modify it.
Oh, perfect. That's a win.
Yeah.
It looks sick though.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. You happy?
Oh, it looks sick. It looks so neat in there now. Looks so much better.
It does, it really does. All right, well, I'll get some photos. We'll pull the radiator fans out and we'll just get spells.
Yep.
So we're just checking engine clearances now that the engine is where it should be to find out whether that throttle body is going to hit, and it's definitely hitting the insulation, but we don't know whether it's hitting the bonnet yet. So what we're going to do is cut the insulation out around here anyway, because it's the cold side and the insulation's dropped like that far from the bonnet itself. So we're going to give it a go, cut it out, see what happens. We should note too that we've spoken to Danny, the caster who designed this, and he's actually making changes already to make more clearance in this as well too, so that you shouldn't have this issue in the final product. Like we said, this is a prototype. So what do you reckon? Just
Yeah. Just cut that whole corner.
just like that, yeah? I'll keep this so it gets hooked up still.
Yeah. Michael did fashion in high school, so.
I did actually, I can use the sewing machine.
Wait, you actually did it for a VCE subject? Or?
No, it was like a year 7 computer.
Oh, yeah, everyone did that. You made a pillow or some shit.
Yeah, I made a pillow. I like that though, because it taught me how to use a sewing machine, and I would love to learn how to properly sew to do interiors and stuff like that, upholster.
We were just talking about this the other day. I was saying I really wanted to do that.
Yeah, it's been a lifelong skill, to be honest, learning how to use a sewing machine. I'd recommend it to anyone that has a chance to. Right, ready?
Yeah, boy.
2 fingers high clears.
Yep. Shit.
15 mil.
Alright, so we have clearance. So we don't need to worry about sending it out and getting it shaved down.
No.
But we need to worry about engine movement.
Yeah.
So we will resolve that by calling Tough Mounts and ordering a set of solid mounts.
In saying that though, because it's like probably here,
Yeah.
when the motor turns, that way does it go?
I think
No, it
everyone's
goes the
saying
other
to
way.
do left-hand mount, so it goes down on the left-hand side.
Yeah, okay, well then it won't hit.
Oh, hang on.
Because no, it goes clockwise, doesn't it?
Yeah, clockwise, so to torque upwards on the right.
Yeah, so
It'll
come
torque
down
down.
this side if anything. So it won't hit.
This is all an assumption.
Yeah, we got no idea what we're talking about.
We got no idea.
The fact that you had the headlight out though made that very convenient.
Yeah.
So this is the oil cooler that we're going to be using. It's just an eBay one. It's actually an Aeroflow one, but it came from eBay with a fan. The advantage of this one is that it has a temp sensor in it, but this is actually just a temp switch, so it'll just turn this fan on at 75 degrees, I read. We're looking at maybe changing this out to a temp sensor so that we can actually send it to the Haltech, so we can read it off the Haltech what the transmission temperature is, and then that'll control the fan. The Haltech will control the fan itself. Our original plan was we were looking at mounting it under here, but like Nay said, it's way too big. So we're going to go back to where it was in the first place and put it in the front. Try and squeeze it up in there. Now at first look, it looks like there's heaps of room, but there's a power steering cooling line that runs right across the front, which is right in the way. So I've got to try and do something with that, and then we will go from there basically. But first we need to have some lunch. So we'll go get that, have some lunch, and then get stuck into this. We just had lunch. I'm stopping for a second.
Yeah, and Liam's popped in with the GMW.
So we thought we'd give you a little bit of an update of the GMW and where it's at, because there's a fair bit that's sort of changed and hasn't changed at the same time. So the only things that you've really had to do, you've had to...
So we had a single tail shaft in here, and so the height difference between the box and the diff wasn't that bad. It's actually because it had a offset diff, and that created vibrations above X amount of speed. With that, we couldn't tune it, so long story short, I put a 2-piece in there, did a few other modifications, and now it's hectic. So it was not a smaller job. I rebuilt the rear subframe again.
Yep.
But it looks good now.
Yeah, well
And
now
it
it's
runs-
getting
it
there. That was all the
runs pretty
teething problems. So now really all that's left is you just got to tune it, yeah?
Yeah, so hopefully we do that soon with Jake and really start to enjoy this build.
Yeah. What do you can't help yourself, can you? You just, not even your car.
I couldn't help it. I had to do it.
It looks neat though.
Yeah, it looks awesome. That's why I have to do it.
This car definitely tested us, but it turned out to be an awesome car.
So we actually built this car probably 6 months ago. Liam has obviously taken it home and done a lot more because we really needed the garage back for other projects, and Liam finished it off. But if you do want to go back and watch putting the LS into this car,
In and out, and then in and out, and
yeah.
in and out.
it was a fun build. It was a testing build.
Oh, it tested us for sure.
It was a brutal build. It tested Liam because Liam did all the fabrication on this, so all from scratch. So there's a lot of fabrication involved.
So yeah, it's good to see it again. We haven't seen it since it left the shed and the teething issues are getting fixed. Like you're always going to have teething issues, but yeah, now that really all that's left is for it to get dynoed, and that's pretty much it really, and then it's done. That's pretty exciting. It's a lot further than we've gotten with any of ours.
It just seems so weird, that noise coming from a little BMW.
That's a cool car.
It is a cool car. It's good that he's finished it off.
Yeah.
You know, he's using it.
I look at it and it brings back a lot of painful memories.
You had a lot of because I went on holidays. This was over the holidays. You did all the wiring on it and stuff.
Yeah, me and Liam, we spent days and days on it.
Yeah.
But it's good to see it finally running and getting close.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, so now you need to explain what the revelation has been.
All right. So Liam's a fabricator and he works on a lot of race cars and whatnot. And I just told him if it was all right to mount it underneath and at the back, because I thought way back at the diff, you know, it's a bit far away, but it's probably the same distance going forward. And then I asked about stones. That was our biggest worry, hitting something. And he said, just make a guard and then facing it different ways. And he said, it's all right, it's normal. So what we're going to do,
We think.
was the original plan to do.
This was actually the reason why we bought one with a fan and everything. So.
Yeah, so what we are now going to do is mount it here. It actually fits mint in here because it is flush with the rail. So it's not lower than the rail.
It's not lower than the exhaust either, so that's our first warning and we scrape something.
It's not lower than the exhaust. And our lines can just follow the fuel lines and then go forward. So that is what we're going to do.
At the end of the day, this isn't a daily driven car anymore. It's a street drag car,
It's a street car. And this, well, it improves morale. What we can do today is actually get this mounted and run our lines to the trans. So we can make these fittings, but we just got to figure out the trans fittings more better. And then what I'll do is I'll put a 10mm packer between the floor and the fan.
Yep. There's your packer.
What is that?
Bit of 10mm steel. Heaviest packer that you could ever imagine. This is going to take very long. Go, 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 go. Quick, this is heavy.
Oh, is it heavy?
I'm holding Thor's hammer.
Yep. Yeah, right.
The beauty of this is, whatever we make, if we don't like it or it turns out to be no good, we can easily change to the front.
I think right there is good. Oh, it looks sick. We should wrap the tail shaft in gold tape.
Oh my god. You're replacing the tail shaft.
Oh yeah, true. You can do the front, I'll do the back.
Okay, you can definitely do the back.
Yeah, the back's difficult.
Looking at that, yeah, I'll do the front.
So Michael's using some wire to make up his bracket.
That's what I'm thinking anyway, if I can do it like this. That's where my idea falls short.
Nice. I'm going to just do it with the measurements.
Oh no, I'll just turn it upside down. Wait, look, look at my genius. I turn it upside down now. There we go. Lovely. Just like that. Nathan's doing his a little bit more mathematical, I'd say.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down like that to that one.
Yeah.
And then here I'm going to go up and into that nutsert that's already there. That'll be plenty.
Yeah, okay. Two different ways of doing it. Let's see where we both end up.
Yeah.
40 plus 40 is 80.
Oh, look at this, he's drawn it on the bench, everyone.
How much did I say I needed? 560.
Don't know. No, I don't know.
We're on the same team here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna go mark it up again, just to be sure, to be sure, to be sure, to be sure.
Oh, quick hands.
It's a blur.
All right, give it the push test. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it actually
Flexes really nicely.
Because I was reading in the instructions for this thing, you don't want to have it solid mounted because otherwise it could crack with chassis twist and whatever, which makes sense to me. But yeah, that actually has turned out really well. It's level pretty much with the floor, maybe 10 mil lower, but this is obviously a lot lower. But I'm happy with that. That looks very race car. Nice and solid. It actually looks really good, to be honest. I was worried that this bracket system was going to look super ugly, but it's actually turned out okay.
Yeah, that looks good, man.
Are you happy?
Yeah, no, I'm wrapped.
Alright, let's pull it all out so you can paint the brackets and do your thing.
Do your thing.
Well, Nathan's hammer toned the crap out of our brackets, as always. They look good though, actually. Pretty happy with the way that's turned out. It'll be interesting to see how it works, if it does work. If not, we'll change it. We just wanted to try it, see if it works. Had a big day. We got a little bit done.
Yeah, we got the got the box back in.
Box back in, the radiator is now mounted. Need to change those fans out, that's no big deal though. We had a feeling we're gonna have to do that anyway. The cooler is now mounted, we know where we're gonna put that. We just need to get some more fittings for some lines and stuff. And we're getting there, slowly. We're hoping by next weekend we'll have it running. That's very optimistic, but we're hoping. And maybe dyno within the next couple of weeks and finally send it down a track. And hopefully blow the engine up so then we can pull the engine out and build a forge internal. But we'll see. Well, we were going to end the episode the other night when we did all the work, but since then we've done a little bit more work off camera. Nathan spent actually a whole day just basically getting the oil catch can in, and it looks brilliant. He's done a really good job of it. The other thing that's rocked up is the fans have now been swapped over, so we no longer have the Maradyne fans. We've gone to Spell fans, and they fit in a whole lot better. You can see we've got heaps more clearance now as compared to what we did have. The air volume will decrease slightly, but given the size of the radiator, it's really not going to make a big deal to this engine as it is. So what'd you do, Nathan?
So what I did do,
Did you paint a bracket? Tell me that.
it's a lot of work to put it there. So I've moved the washer bottle, relocated the washer bottle. So there's no more washer bottle. That's okay though, because I don't like to use the washer bottle because when you use the washer bottle, it leaves like those squeegee marks. It looks ugly on the windshield. Anyway, we don't need washer bottles where we're going. So what I did was I mounted the catch can, and it was a lot of bloody work to put it in this corner. You remember how I winged the catch can size?
Yeah.
I winged it. It fitted, but it needed a bit of work to fit it.
Yeah.
So I've actually had to cut out in there and like box it for this to sit into. And then you can't get to these two bolts that hold the catch can on the bracket. So I had to make the bracket bolt up here. So then you need to so if you want to get the catch can out, you need to unbolt the bracket and pull the whole bracket out.
Oh.
But that's okay though. So that's bolted up there. I ran the lines as well. They look really nice and good. And then to drain the bottle, you've just got to go into the guard and the drain valve is just hanging down. So that's all I did. That took me a long time. I think I sat here for like 10 minutes just sitting the bottle there just like, how am I going to do this? But anyway, it's in now. And also I've put a new expansion bottle.
It looks very nice and shiny. How long do you reckon that's going to last for?
I reckon that's going to last one drive and then it'll turn brown again. And then I'll just buy another one. Unless someone has an old PWR one or something. An old aluminium one that are for these cars because you can't get them anymore. You can only get the AU ones, I think. And they don't fit. So that's what I did. Yeah, so we're getting so close.
Yep.
We're so very close, it's not funny.
Well, that's it for this episode. I reckon we're going to call it here because this weekend we have a hell of a lot of work to do to get this thing running. But hopefully we'll get there if the stars align and Jupiter and Saturn and all that crap. Anyway, we'll see what happens. If you've liked this episode and you want to see more, make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out a lot. If you want to support the channel even further, you can head on over to our website. We can buy a bunch of merch. Also at the minute too, we have our 10,000 subscriber giveaway video up at the minute where Burson donated over $1,000 worth of tools to give away to you guys at home. So make sure you go back and watch that to find out the details for that because it's definitely worth watching. Word of the day, we didn't really come up with a day. I reckon it's going to be cooler because I just felt like we said cooler over and over and over again during this episode. So let's run with cooler. Cooler for word of the day. Anybody who comments cooler in the comments below, we'll pick 2 people at random. We'll send you out a Hackshop sticker pack. Until then, we have a lot of work to do, so we'll catch you in the next episode. No worries, Rihanna.
No worries, Rihanna.
Hurry up, this is getting heavy, Rihanna.
Everybody have, everybody cry.
in my eye. We're singing way too much.
Genre change right there.
Just went straight into.
Oh, it's early in the morning. I'll do these bolts up, eh?
Alright, hit.
Do that again.
Hit those bolts. Use the force, Luke.
God, that doesn't feel tight.
We're not double clicking it? What?
We'll go around
We'll
all
go around again.
and then we'll double click. I'm doing it to 64 just because 60 didn't seem enough.
Never trust the book.
Never trust the book. I know more than the book. Ah, wise guy. You see, it's too small, you see. Oh, it's just enough. You're probably not going to be able to see this, but see that little bit of speck right there? That's weld splatter that went into the camera lens. Luckily, I bought the other day a UV protector, or like a lens protector. Otherwise, that would have just been it for our $1,000 lens. So, take note. Be careful. That's alright, we're buying a couple more. They're only 30 bucks each or something like that. So, definitely worthwhile getting one.
I know what I'm doing. It's in my brain.
Now it's the house of the chimney.
Yeah, that's the underground bunker.
That's the Colin Furze underground bunker.
Yeah, that's the Colin Furze underground bunker.
You can draw the tunnel too. This is exactly like his place.
Now you've ruined my measurement. I don't know where it is now.
Bluetooth hangers. Just
Yep.
connecting. Bluetooth connecting.
Bluetooth device connected up.
Cable ties.
Oh, hey! Fingers of justice. Look at that, see? Look at that. That's how you do it, mate. I'm not even I can't even see anything.
Which one did you get? Top or bottom?
Top.
No, let me see. I reckon you got the bottom one. Oh no, you got top.
No, I can see the bottom one here.
Now you just gotta do top.
What?
No, you got top. Now you do top.
Oh, yeah, I can see that one here, though.